Hello and welcome to another episode of Pico-8 Adventures. I'm LastofAvari and this is Iroban, a Sokoban-inspired puzzle game by Saru, who also goes by Saru Control, released just a few days ago in February 2026. First of all, I want to thank Saru for reaching out. The way I look for a game to play mostly involves me digging through new Pico-8 releases on LastofAvari. Each IO is really a Plan B scenario, and if your game is an each IO exclusive, there is a very high chance of me missing it entirely, so reaching out on your own is appreciated. Now the disclaimer. It's a free game, I wasn't paid to play it. My opinion, whatever it ends up being, is solely of my own. The main way of how this take on Sokoban is not just yet another clone of a classic title, it's that our boxes have to match their colorful destinations. We can repaint the crates, interact with switches and doors, the bombs are definitely a factor as well, and we'll see how all this will play out. Links to the game and their swap places are in the video description, check them out and play on your own. Now it's time to move the boxes and bring some fresh colors into this world. Here's our character. It is animated, so that is very welcome. It's a bit of a shame that we don't have any music, but we've got sound effects, so that will do. Not everybody is a composer, but yeah, it would be cool to have some sort of music theme on the title screen at the very least, if that's possible. I know some composers on Pico-8, they offer their music packs for free, especially since the game is free. I think nobody would complain if we would use some of those tracks, maybe one track with a credit. And you can always consult the composer to work it out. But yeah, I like how these boxes are tiny, but there's still some shading involved, so they do look quite juicy. And when it comes to the size, it's kind of hard to make them looking fun. And we start with just one color. I have to think about how do I approach this level, right? Okay, so you have to start with the right, because you can't really enter otherwise. Yeah, so you do not this. You can undo. That's cool. Appreciate it. And now you do this. I don't pretend that I'm the most efficient Sokoban player, so, you know, if I beat the game, that's already fine in my books. Yeah, this is how you do it, and then you go back and push this one, and then just push it all the way to the left. Complete. Nice. And now we are introduced to a new factor, which is not a bomb, that's a boulder, right? Not quite like in Boulder Dash, but still. So we have to push them around to unlock the passage. So just two locations. I think I can deal with it. We can push out these things. And to the bottom, because I need some space. Now I can push this one. And that one as well. Yep. Cool. Now the more sophisticated case. I think I may skip this one. Maybe you will see it in the conclusion section of the video, but I want to demonstrate various gameplay mechanics without spoiling half of the levels. It's level 5 and now the game gets more interesting. Now we have blue. Well, how do we approach it? We can move this one right there, but that will sort of ruin it for other things. So let's reset. We could push this red one to the side to move it out, or maybe if I get the other red higher to this place, then what? I would need to swap red and blue around between left and right spots. Well, if I go back and push this out of the way, then maybe I can bring up something else. Like this. And then this goes here, and then blue is pretty much clear, and then this goes there, and the other stuff is quite trivial. Now that just tells you that sometimes you just have to stop, take your time, and think clearly. Now you can go back, like I'm going around, and then I can undo my moves. That is very appreciated. Plus, you can reset the level like we did before, so that gives you some options. And here we have both colors and boulders at the same time. So what do you do first? Probably something like this. So I could get lower, because we need to push these boxes to their appropriate places. If I get it higher, I could still push it down, because I unlock this passage. And then I could push out this one. Okay, yeah, that works, and we make even more way for safety margin, and then we need to put these two things apart, because I want to be able to approach this red box from the left. And now it's clear. Here on level 8 we have yellow and green instead, and this is far trickier, even trickier than the previous level, that also had quite a few rocks. So I think the idea is this one goes just down. But this green one, I could try to maybe push it to this corner, but then navigating everything else would be quite tricky. So I may have to just try to move it around, like here. What do you think if I do this, and then we do something with these rocks? Maybe like this. How do I move this yellow? If I push it to the top, because first we have to push green, and that's way trickier, actually. Yeah, the idea is so the rocks will end up looking like this, and that means we can not only just push something down here-ish, but also get it back up. This top part again is plugged, so it's inaccessible. This can be unlocked, but then basically there is no way to get to the top without pushing green, and it only goes one way. Maybe we'll do this time around. What do you say? No, we don't. Because then I can't push the block, the yellow block. And then green here, and then this one goes only this corner, because I can't think of anything else. So if I do this, then what? I don't want to get it all the way here, because I need to shuffle plenty of these rocks around, and boxes and everything else. To be honest, for me, this level 8 is quite hard. And we didn't even get the fun stuff, like bombs and dice, that let you repaint the boxes. So maybe here, and then I need to push out yellow, right? From the bottom. So that means this only goes here. Possibly. And then temporarily there. So we could still approach it. Like this. Right? And push it down. Somewhere here-ish. And then we do with green. And finally put it here. And then maybe this is a clearer way for our eventual victory. I think I can push it higher safely at this point, because there is no reason to get this yellow on top in front of this green. And then I need to find a way to push it from the top downwards. Wait a second. Let me cancel that a little bit. And play it in a slightly different way. If I get it here, Then how do I get it lower? Okay, yes. That's easier than I thought it would be. And then I'm just doing basically this. Okay, yeah, I see. That was hard, yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, or maybe you adjust your difficulty sort of curve a little different way. But I think it would be nice to be able to get to more fun gameplay mechanics without game pushing your brain too hard at the boulder stage. Now finally, at level 10, Iroban gives us these paint blocks. Sure, we can get this going, right? How hard could it be? First of all, that's a multicolor block. Oh, okay, so the color changes. That's cool. So we do this. And then it's relatively easy. It's just a demonstration. Ooh, no, it's not. It's still blue. How do I get it green? So, okay. Maybe we can push it multiple times. I need to get this red into green. Let's reset it. Maybe I was too fast. What if I push this rock? Then what? Does it change it? Probably not. It just shuffles it around. And then if I push it again... Oh, so it's either random or it's a cycle. Maybe it's a set cycle. But that's an interesting idea. So it's changed to blue and then to green. And it was all red. Let's get this rock out of here. Maybe like that. And I need that bottom cell free, so I could push it up. Yeah, that would be the easiest way. Like to get it here. And then I somehow get it through this place. And then it turns green, and then everything is alright. It just... we have to push these boxes around. So perhaps like this? Right. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. It turns green. And now it just gets down to blue. And completed. Finally. Level 12 has a setup that looks a bit easier. Just 3 boxes, 3 destinations, and no rocks. That's better, but one of those boxes is multicolored. Let me see. Blue to blue, yellow to yellow, and multicolor to green. Because it can take any spot, I assume. But we can't recolor it. So that means we are set on this way. We can do this. Push it up a bit, we can push it down eventually. You know, this... we can even maybe do the same. Right? Because it's symmetrical in a way, like diagonally. And that's probably for a good reason. Both spots are still fine. I cannot get it right away, because there's no way to get down then. Yeah, I think what you're supposed to do is to get them the other way around. First multicolor, and then the rest. Here, right? And then we push this. Yeah, that will do, but we'll get it upwards. And then this lower. Yeah, this should be okay. And now just blue. Nice. This is another cool mechanic, and also a way more positive point to stop, because there are still a few things to uncover, and I don't want to spoil every aspect of the game in advance. Now it's time for the conclusions. This version of Sokoban is definitely quite a bit spicier than the original, but it is still a turn-based puzzle game at its core, so you still got plenty of time to find a way to get through any problem. You can always reset the level, or you run into a dead end, there are no lives to send you all the way back to the beginning, and you can always start from any level that you have previously unlocked. I like how various game mechanics are gradually introduced, and the player is not forced to try to deal with them all at once. One limiting factor to your enjoyment though may be these very colors that make Iroban look so pretty. The boxes are nicely painted, and there's even some shading that makes them pop, but the only way to tell them apart is their color. So if you've got issues with color blindness, you won't progress very far at all. I get that the size of the crates doesn't really let you play with their shapes to make them different enough. My suggestion is to mark them and their destination sites with diagonal, vertical or horizontal lines, so you could still enjoy the game even if your perception is entirely monochrome. My issues with red and green are not this severe, and I've been able to enjoy what this game has to offer to its full extent. The graphics are not too sophisticated, but the character animation is nice, and the style definitely clicks with me. Along with the UI, it doesn't get in the way, letting you focus on the gameplay instead. There is no music, but we've got some sound effects that help Iroban feel more alive. As it is, Iroban is a very enjoyable set of puzzles, going far beyond the 1988's release, and if you like puzzle games, I bet you will like this one too. I give it an Avarian thumbs up. Tell me your opinion in the comment section down below, leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel to discover more retro vibe fun, don't mind spreading the word. It was LastofAvari, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you later.